Alex Polizzi is an award-winning hotelier with over 20 years' experience working in the world's most luxurious hotels. Born into the legendary Forte hotel dynasty, she's on a crusade to transform Britain's most desperate hotels and B&Bs.
There seems to be water coming through the light.
From outrageous owners...
Alex wants the cushions out, Alex gets the cushions out.
...to dodgy decor.
It's as if someone put a lot of thought and effort into making this one of the ugliest rooms I've ever seen.
Nothing escapes the hotel inspector's beady eye.
Cleanliness is a basic. What the hell am I supposed to do with this?
Or her quest for perfection.
I've never seen a pinker bathroom in all my life.
This is for gay people, this room.
This week, it's mayhem at the Manor.
I hope the rest of the evening goes better than that.
With a couple at odds.
Stress.
Pull your weight, man. This is terrible.
It's your idea.
Grimscote Manor on the outskirts of Birmingham in Coles Hill. A 2-star, 14-bedroom hotel owned and run by self-confessed perfectionist Jill Etheridge.
Well, I think the hotel's like a jewel in the crown. It's just something really special.
And her partner and sidekick, Steve Cuddy.
Oh! Fucking hell.
Every building has a heart.
I think this building's got a heart and an arsehole. I think that's what you keep calling me anyway.
After meeting in a builder's cafe, the couple have been together for 16 years. But at the Grimscote, Jill trusts only herself to achieve the flawless first impression.
Yeah, Jill likes to make sure that everything is sort of square, even down to the coasters being sort of all the same colour, black and silver. She's got the flannels embossed with the Grimscote Manor name.
Even the bathrooms are anything but bog standard.
The other thing you really need, obviously, to wipe your bum on, is a beautifully folded fan.
What? Steve maintains the hotel and the grounds.
I'm brushing up on my sweeping. My role today is basically getting on Jill's nerves.
And prefers to remain hidden from view.
The customers don't see an awful lot of me, to be honest with you. I think I lack confidence as well. It's not really my forte.
But there's one part of the business that Steve isn't allowed to get his hands on. Jill's prized paper swans.
Yes, that's right. I'm pointless, but I do look pretty in black.
As well as 14 bedrooms, Grimscote Manor has a licensed restaurant, a swimming pool, gardens, and a marquee fully equipped for the hotel's wedding service.
Good. Please be upstanding to welcome in the bride and groom.
Jill loves to play bridal fairy godmother, no matter what the cost to the hotel.
I just try to fulfil their dreams, really. We've had them with goldfish in the centre of the tables. We've had lots of ostrich feathers. Red rose on the back of the chair with the big heart. That will be the top of the cake. And I'm not sure what else yet, I'm still thinking.
But life at the Grimscote is far from a fairy tale.
We've just dedicated our complete, entire existence to this place.
Every hour for 10.5 years.
Steve acts as night porter and sleeps in a storage room. The couple's relationship is at breaking point.
There's a lot of shit that goes on, and it's stressful.
The last thing we talk about and the first thing we do when we wake up, it's just take over your life.
Surviving on just £50 a week, the couple have lost all confidence in the Grimscote and in each other.
Any savings that we've had, Steve and I, we've put every penny in, haven't we? And we also go without wages.
We've probably on average lost between £700 to £1,000 a week for the last 10 years. I can see why we've got a £750,000 mortgage.
Enter award-winning hotelier Alex Polizzi. Steve and Jill see Alex as the last hope to save their hotel and rescue their relationship.
We've got a game plan. We're going to run out and hug her.
No, just be natural, I think. Just be ourselves.
Seriously?
To grasp why Grimscote Manor is failing, Alex has booked in for the night.
Hi, I'm Alex Polizzi.
I'm Steve. Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Still in my partner.
Hi.
Hello. It's lovely to arrive somewhere that looks so immaculate outside.
Thank you.
Nice to hear, thank you.
I'll show you 2 bridal suites.
Thank you.
I'll take that for you.
Thank you.
Grimscote has 14 rooms, 7 singles, 4 doubles and 2 twins, all en suite. But the pride and joy of the manor is the newly refurbished bridal quarters. Usually reserved for wedding guests, Steve and Jill maxed out their credit cards to afford the Grimscote's only honeymoon suite.
I mean, my God, I have to tell you immediately that I loathe those black swans.
Right.
And I would never understand, ever, why on earth there are towels on a bed. But other than that, it's very luxurious. I mean, you get a lot more than you expect for your 2 stars in this room, I have to say. It looks fantastic.
It's much the same story in the bathroom.
Wow.
But opulence comes at a price.
God, what did this bathroom cost you?
20,000.
Oh, for... Obviously, we have a lot to discuss. I'm a bit worried for them, because to spend 20 grand on a bathroom, considering the kind of trade that they must have currently, will they be able to charge the money they need to make this room pay for itself?
Jilly, Willie, Alex hates the swans. She doesn't like the towels on the beds either.
Over the landing, other 2-star rooms have also had the 5-star treatment.
For a 2-star hotel, this is a bloody good standard. No wonder they get such rave reviews on their website. This is another really good quality bathroom. It all looks very clean and neat and high standard. Oh my God, though, look at this. The fact that someone has obviously spent some time making origami shapes out of the loo paper really worries me.
Everything has to be perfect and pretty and 100% perfect rather than 99% perfect. And I do that with everything.
Someone here is spending far too much time and energy on details.
I like to give the same service, whether they're paying £20 or £120.
Yes.
You should have the same standard throughout, with whatever the price.
But working overtime to maintain Jill's high standards, the couple can't always keep up with the demands of the decor.
I mean, they're obviously bringing up the standard of the accommodation massively, and that bridal suite is a thing of beauty, but it doesn't make any kind of sense to me that they expect a bride to come to that room through this hallway, up these stairs. With this about the place, it's not glamorous, is it?
The couple's relationship has also been put on the back burner, with Steve's role as night porter meaning he has to make his bed in a makeshift storeroom.
I do hope no one coming to stay in that very nice bridal suite is wandering along the corridor and happens to poke their head in here to be confronted with this mess. And is that a bed? It doesn't give a very good impression, does it?
Well, basically, my working life is more or less a 24-hour day. Although I do go to sleep, I have to sleep down here. Say I have to become night porter. We can't afford really to pay anyone to sleep as a night porter. So my life is a 24-hour day.
Can Jill loosen her grip on the Grimscote before it's too late?
You can't be here all the time.
I have a set way to do things, that's all that matters in my head.
I think they look better with 4.
Don't make it more complicated than necessary.
Being a perfectionist ultimately will cost us money.
The Grimscote in Coles Hill, Birmingham. A 2-star hotel owned and run by man about the manor, Steve Cuddy. and his perfectionist partner, Jill Etheridge.
They do look nice all together, don't they?
Despite dedicating their lives to the hotel and remortgaging twice to keep the business afloat, they've never made a profit. And their relationship, like the Grimscote, is now on the line.
Or I ask you to do something and then you go, oh, yeah, I'll do that, and then you don't do it.
After seeing firsthand what the hotel has to offer, Alex ventures outside, wondering if the Grimscote's facilities are also up to scratch.
I mean, you know, just chuck a couple of ducks in and call it a pond. Very chic. Very bridal.
But the marquee is more Glastonbury than glamorous.
If they want to be seen seriously as a wedding venue, they have to be prepared at all times for someone to come round who's thinking of booking a wedding. And that means everything has to be immaculate.
With the outside falling below even 2-star standard, Alex books in for dinner to see if the Grimscote's food fares any better.
13 starters priced at £5, which seems reasonable. But actually, you've got the same number of main meals priced at £7, which seems cheap.
Trusting no one else in the kitchen, Jill prepares and cooks every meal herself.
Lovely. That is a lot of starter for £5. 8 goujons. And very tasty too.
It's clear Jill and Steve are undervaluing the food, but as Alex retires for the night, she has bigger concerns.
Jill gets up at 5:30 every morning and then cooks dinner every night. You know, Steve's not much better. He hasn't been out of the building for 4 months. I don't think this is very good for their relationship at all. I mean, they always say that a family that play together stay together, and I don't see them playing at all.
After an evening in the bridal suite, Alex is clear where the root of the hotel's problems lie.
I think Jill and Steve just have no idea about what to offer in a 2-star hotel. They obviously never get outside the building. They obviously haven't done much research. They are so focused on these really inane details and completely missing the bigger picture.
Having identified that the couple are out of touch with what a 2-star hotel should be offering, Alex wants to learn more about the Grimscote's wedding service, where couples can exclusively hire the hotel and its facilities for their special day.
Basic prices.
So what are the general basic prices?
For this year, the hire of the marquee is £2,500.
Right.
And that comes fully decorated.
What do you spend on decoration?
I have a £500 budget, roughly.
Yeah.
Some I spend a little bit more, others I spend a little bit less. It depends.
So, your wedding package includes your wedding coordinator, exclusive use of the hotel grounds and swimming pool, red carpet, fully dressed marquee, bespoke table flowers. So, you do all this in the £500?
Yes.
Jill spares no expense for the Grimscote's brides, but the weddings make very little profit.
This is quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
70 people for a hot evening buffet is £22. 160 people is £14. It's not like 160 people magically eat less than 70 people do. And there's not economies of scale in food.
OK, it's just you don't really need many more staff to serve. Not on the evening, anyway. It tends to be roughly the same sort of amount of people, 2 staff, and that's it.
Yes, but the food costs are still the same.
Yeah.
With the wedding figures making grim reading, Alex puts together a plan to get the couple back on track. First, Jill and Steve must increase their prices across the board.
It's patently obvious that you don't understand your own value. You know, do you know what you get for £60 a night somewhere else? Well, it certainly ain't this.
No.
Food's gone up, electricity's gone up, gas has gone up, everything is more expensive, petrol's more expensive. You know, come on, everything. Yes. So why should you stay at the same price?
Yeah.
Next, as a licensed wedding venue, Alex wants to attract more weddings to the hotel and introduce a profit-making price structure.
We need to make sure that they're the most profitable bit of the enterprise.
Yeah.
And that really means, darling, you don't get discounts for bringing large numbers of people.
OK.
But before Jill and Steve increase their wedding prices, the facilities need to be at their best.
I would like you, please, to make sure that the marquee and the swimming pool and every area that you suggest to people that they might use for their wedding is immaculate for my return.
OK.
Finally, with their relationship in turmoil, Alex wants them to find a healthy work-life balance.
You don't have the time to do anything, it seems to me, but that also is going to change now.
Right.
To give the couple a chance of repairing their relationship, Jill has to loosen her grip on the business and hand more responsibility to the 5 members of staff.
Instead of getting them to spend 10 minutes folding an origami piece of loo paper, I think you have to have a list of expectations of what people do. They might not do it exactly the way that you would do it.
Yeah.
But too fucking bad. You can't be here all the time.
No.
Yeah, fine.
Alex has delivered a clear list of objectives. But can Steve and Jill cope with the change?
They look as if they have been sucked dry by life and the bare husks of them have been spat back out again. But they really do look like they have had a very tough few years of it. They have invested a lot of money, they've worked incredibly hard, and they have no more give.
I'm slightly pissed off, really, because you sort of, you know, you can sort of, it's all well and good saying, you know, you should do this and you should do that. It's easier said than done.
With Alex away, Steve takes on her suggestion and gets to work, clearing up the untidy pool area.
You know, we think, well, why didn't I see these things? Why didn't I do these things? It's so obvious sometimes.
Keen to ensure that her usual high standards are met, Jill makes an impromptu appearance.
I think they look better with 4.
No, you don't have it in even numbers. It has to be odd numbers. It's always odd numbers.
Why? Is that a gardener's rule?
Yes. Just put 5 in. I've put 5 in mine, just put 5 in. We argue all the time because Steve always thinks he's right and he doesn't understand a woman's logic. So we do argue, but it does work out because I just ignore it and do it my way. Don't make it more complicated than necessary.
Jill, I think 4 is less complicated than 5.
5.
It's less for a start. It's got to be less complicated.
Just do 5. I have a set way to do things, and as long as it works out, that's all that matters in my head.
She's a perfectionist, but I think being a perfectionist ultimately will cost us money.
The couple end up working apart.
She's always going on about this, actually, but she can't complain today.
As well as improving the pool and marquee areas, Jill and Steve are following Alex's suggestion of raising prices for the food and accommodation.
We've put the prices up 10%. That seems to have, if anything, actually helped with the bookings. I think people are more confident that they're coming to a quality place rather than, you know, I mean, it's only 10%. No one's made any comment on it, no detrimental comments about it anyway.
But Jill's birds remain in their nest.
The swans are still there at the moment. Since Alex said, we had 2 customers in last week whose wives own guest houses, and they've actually taken them home, and also the toilet roll origami they've taken off carefully, packed them for their wives to make them for their guest houses in the Lake District. So
I reckon those 2 men haven't actually got wives, though, Jill.
Yeah, they have. So I'm sort of now in 2 minds what to do.
Has Jill and Steve's relationship reached the end of the line?
This is terrible.
It's your idea.
Wanker.
Stress. I won't be.
An arse.
I've got a feeling that was a waste of time.
Hotel Inspector Alex Polizzi is in Coles Hill, helping Steve and Jill to save their hotel.
I think Jill and Steve just have no idea about what to offer in a 2-star hotel.
And their relationship.
We argue all the time because Steve always thinks he's right.
I think they look better with 4.
Just put 5 in. I'll put 5 in mine, just put 5 in.
Not good enough for gardening.
3 weeks after her last visit, Alex is back to see if Jill and Steve have followed her advice.
Wow. Everything's clean. The planters are all planted up. They haven't hung about. They haven't let the grass grow under their feet. They're taking this very seriously.
The poolside is picture perfect, but have the couple made as much of an effort with the Grimscote's prices?
It's nice to see you again.
Good, thank you very much. How's everything been going?
Done all the things you've asked.
And we've increased the menu prices as well.
Oh, darn that. You're
well.
going to see, that will make such a difference immediately.
Yeah.
Steve and Jill have added 10% to their food and accommodation rates. But there's one thing that Jill is still refusing to change.
Are you still making the swans?
2 customers come in last week. They've both got guest houses in Lake District, and they've actually taken the swans home for their wives to copy.
I know, but that tells you everything.
I know, but they loved
how
it.
to have a touch of class.
I know, yeah.
Well, actually, darling, what you want people to walk away from here is going, my God, your food's amazing, your bedrooms are so comfortable. I mean, a million things, but not I love your swans.
The swans have escaped capture, but with accommodation prices increased, the bottom line has received a much-needed boost. But there's still the problem of the shabby hallway.
You're never going to properly be able to let this side of the building until this hallway is done, because it's a terrible first impression as you walk in, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So I've decided I'm going to tackle that for you. The hallway and the upstairs landing.
Alex is also going to give the Grimscote a new function room by making use of Steve's makeshift bedroom, which has become the hotel's dumping ground. Before the room can be redesigned, the couple need to cull the boxes of Jill's leftover wedding decorations.
There's an awful lot of stuff. I mean, this is a woman who really cannot resist a pretty thing.
What about that Christmas tree, Jill? Because it's too big to shove anywhere. It won't fit where you want to put it either.
Well, I don't know, then you say.
Alex's biggest challenge is getting Jill and Steve to work together.
This is quite heavy, Jill. Do you want to carry it out for me?
And it seems Steve is stirring trouble.
Make the tea and then come back and pull your weight, man.
Right. Where's the body armour?
You know, it's very hard for any relationship to survive, and without the relationship being strong, the business will fail anyway.
Would you like a biscuit, darling?
No, thanks.
You've got your favourite.
Don't want one, thank you.
Got a finger cream.
I don't want one.
Oh, and that didn't work.
This is terrible.
It's your idea. I won't be.
An arse.
I think Jill's getting very stressed.
Wanker.
Stress.
With the pair on the verge of civil war, Alex steps in to defuse the situation.
You must remember that it should be you two against the world. This is a joint project, and you have to fight that tendency to be too perfectionist, because, you know, it makes it difficult for you ever to walk away and to claim back time for yourselves.
Yeah.
And it's that, you know, fuck it.
Yeah.
It is work.
Yeah.
This is your life.
Yes.
You know, you don't have another chance at this. You've got to get it right this time.
It may have been tough, but for Alex it was worth all the blood, sweat and tea.
I think the whole exercise will have been very good for Jill, because she's a complete control freak and she has got to let that go.
Now that it's free from clutter, Alex's design team move in to transform the outdated hall and stairwell and the empty storage room. With her design team taking control, Alex has a surprise for Jill and Steve.
I have a plan to send you both away for a night to a hotel. I think it's very important that you get your staff used to taking on some responsibility. Actually, it's key if you and Jill are ever to have a kind of a significant life outside work together.
Thank you, Alex. That's lovely.
All right, Dar. See you soon.
All right, take care. Bye. Bye.
The staff are very willing to take on the extra responsibility, and I think it's essential for Jill and Steve's relationship that they manage to get over this hurdle, that they manage to spend some time with each other outside Grimscote Manor.
Good morning, Grimscote Manor. Can I help you?
To rekindle their relationship, Jill and Steve will spend an evening away from the Grimscote. It'll be their first night out of the hotel for over a year, and it's also the first time Jill has entrusted her staff with running the business. But letting go isn't easy.
This is the order that we do, that I like the breakfast done, so it just all flows.
She doesn't have to do everything herself. She doesn't have to carry the burden of doing everything, and she can start to sort of delegate a bit more.
First of all, put the oil in, and I always put the tomatoes on first. It's quite strange showing someone else, because I've always just sort of got on and done it myself. But, just one small thing I would correct, and that's simply to do the tomatoes and the mushrooms slightly more pyramid on top of each other. So one, so it's neater, and then two, so it gives a little bit more room on the plate for the customer to cut the food, so it doesn't shoot off all over the place.
With the hotel in the hands of their staff, Jill and Steve can finally put their relationship first.
Yeah, it'd be nice to wake up next to Steve. Last time we shared a bed together was, I think it was sometime Christmas or early January.
Sort of miss waking up with Jill not dead. After 15 years, you sort of, it's a sort of nice comfort sort of thing to be able to do, and reassuring that she's there and she's safe.
And it seems the staff feel ready to attempt to run things on their own.
Tonight will be the first night we're left completely on our own all night.
It's a big responsibility, isn't it? Because she's put up this... It's all high and you don't want to be the one to wreck it. You know you'd be dead at the end of it.
But we're not going to make any mistakes, are we?
No.
We never told them where the fuse boards were.
Forget the fuse boards!
OK.
I think they'll find it very difficult to leave the place behind. I think they'll find it very difficult to let go that much. But that's why it's so important that they do it.
She's made sure I've got everything, even made up the sauces for me, so that I can't go wrong.
Despite flying the nest, the Grimscote is never far from Jill's thoughts.
Oh, look, they've got a marquee.
Oh, yeah.
Ours is bigger.
Oh, yeah, ours is
Yeah.
a bit bigger, Jill.
I wonder if they've got some swans on their beds.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we will do, won't
Yeah.
we?
The morning after the night before, and it seems as well as sharing a bed, Steve and Jill are sharing a new outlook.
Pricing, it's been an education, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah, it's opened our eyes and made us look at things differently.
I don't think we realised how cheap we were.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
After their night in charge, the staff are in full swing with the Grimscote's full English.
3 more left, room 5, room 9 and then room 11.
And they're keen to reward Jill's confidence in them.
I think I remembered to do the pyramids that she likes, so that they've got space to cook their food. Yeah, I think I remembered everything she told me I did wrong on my first breakfast.
Jill and Steve have returned from their night away, and Alex is also back with some good news.
Your new hallway.
This is gorgeous,
Excellent.
isn't it?
Brilliant, isn't it? How much bright is it?
Hopefully it will give a good first impression as people walk in.
Compared to the £25,000 bridal suite, the hallway was a letdown, with peeling paintwork and drab decor. But with freshly painted walls and a neutral colour scheme, the new look landing is the perfect bridal walk to the honeymoon suite.
Ta-da!
The old junk room where Steve spent his nights has also been transformed from a cluttered bedsit full of old bridal items into a room fit for functions and private dinner parties.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
Like?
Yes,
Unbelievable.
very, very nice.
Good.
Jill and Steve's confidence has been given a lift, and now it's time to tackle the underperforming wedding service.
Now that we've got this room completely sorted, I think I'd like you to look at your entire pricing structure.
Yeah.
As I said to you, for the very first time I was here, I wanted to get rid of that ridiculous sliding scale of
Yeah.
discounts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I want you to try and think about how you price your weddings. Obviously, you need to put the prices up. I would say at the very least 10%, but I would suggest more like 20, possibly.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a reason that I wanted to think about that now, which is that I have 2 potential brides coming this afternoon to look round your establishment.
Okay.
And a wedding planner.
Yeah.
The whole point is this afternoon has got to be a test to almost to prove to you that people won't balk at that price.
Yeah.
Because I think your lack of belief in what you can charge is something that's really holding you back. People expect to get what they pay for, and
Yeah.
so you have to make sure that they pay properly.
Yeah.
To give them the confidence to increase their wedding prices, Alex hopes the invited brides and wedding planner will view the hotel sympathetically. With a suggested 20% price increase, will guests still feel the wedding package is value for money?
This obviously comes with automatically you get fresh flowers, chocolates and champagne. This is all left complimentary in the room for you.
She's very cogent and fluent. I think the proof of how it's going to go is how confident she is in telling them about the pricing structure.
Having been up and down the aisles, Jill is trusting that Alex's price hike won't turn business away.
For the exclusivity hire and the venue hire, that's 3,500. The meal package is £72, and that's for a 3-course meal. And then the evening buffet, that's £22 per person.
I think it's a really great venue. As for the value, I think the 3-course meal price is fine. I think that's quite reasonable for what you get.
It's within budget. It's excellent value for money from the sums that I've just done.
I thought that the pricing was really very clear and spot on for the market that they're aiming for.
The new prices have been well received, and Alex is happy with progress so far.
What a difference a day makes. I've made them an enormous amount of extra cash just by encouraging their self-confidence. It's a good learning process for them, and now I'm really looking forward to what they're going to pull out the bag for my next visit.
Alex feels Jill and Steve have been relying too heavily on the seasonal wedding business, and although the new charges will make a difference, she wants the couple to look at other ideas to get the Grimscote out of its financial slump. With a newfound confidence, Jill and Steve set about organising the Grimscote's first ever summer ball, inviting local businesses that may want to use the hotel for corporate functions. But Steve isn't used to customer service, and Jill is doubting he has what it takes.
He just gets nervous. And when he gets nervous, he waffles.
Osteopaths, might be. Pest controllers. Got quite a few pests around here. Abattoir. Just ring up, just do it randomly. Okay, pick that one. What's that one?
He tried to make me do it, but I just refused.
Okay, let's go for this. I can do this. Just ring them up and go. I don't even know what I'm going to say to them. 5. Basically, what we are, we're a hotel, and we're hosting a summer ball, but it's free of charge.
It becomes clear that for Steve, the event may be too much, too soon.
All right, okay, excellent. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, bye-bye. I've got a feeling that was a waste of time.
Can Steve and Jill rise to the challenge?
Oh, yes, right, yes. Now, if you would like to sort of...
I hope the rest of the evening goes better than that. What are you doing? You promised me! We're trying to change the habits of a lifetime, not reinforce them.
Grimscote Manor has failed to make a profit for the past 10 years.
Can't continue like this if it doesn't work. If it doesn't start making profit, there's no point. Absolutely no point being here.
On the brink of financial ruin, Steve and Jill's relationship is in turmoil.
Would you like a biscuit, darling?
No, thanks.
You've got your favourite?
Wanker.
Stress.
Alex has asked the couple to attract new business to the Grimscote by hosting a large corporate function where local companies can see what the hotel has to offer. With the big event only a few hours away, the hotel inspector has returned.
At the moment, the money they've been making on their weddings isn't enough to save their bacon. They need to make sure that they can replicate the success of their weddings with other events and hopefully start making a real profit.
After a slow start, Steve has helped Jill amass a guest list of over 100 influential business owners.
I will see you tomorrow night. Thank you very much. All right, bye. Excellent, 2 more.
It's the largest event the Grimscote has ever hosted, and Jill has realised she can't do everything herself.
Now, once we've done the suite, Steve and I will have to come into the room and circulate and everything. So then I'll rely on you two, really.
We don't mind if you want to go before the suite.
Yeah, well, we'll see how good. We'll see how pressurised the bar is.
It's part of the lesson of delegating and delegating well and letting go a bit so that you can enjoy yourselves a bit more too.
Jill's going to find it very difficult to stay in the kitchen. I think she just knows. I can see even now she's like, oh, no, that kitchen needs me, that kitchen needs me. It's not the case. I think she was like a tiny little excuse to get in that kitchen and make sure everything's perfect.
For the time being, Jill is resisting the kitchen and is instead problem-solving in the marquee.
Hopefully that green, the oasis, will come off. Hopefully.
But lacking the confidence that everything will be ready, Jill returns to manage the kitchen, and Alex decides it's time for Steve to take the reins.
You need to welcome people here.
Right, OK.
You need to explain to them what the purpose is.
Steve usually relies on Jill to greet the Grimscote's guests, but now, with the responsibility on his shoulders, he's feeling the pressure.
Right, I've got to keep this close to my mouth, haven't I? If I start waving it around, it's not going to be good. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Grimscote Manor Hotel. Come on, think. Forget.
Steve's incredibly nervous, but it's good for him. It's good for him to be nervous, and it's good for him to step out of his comfort zone.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Grimscote Manor Hotel. On behalf of Gillian and myself, I would like to welcome and... I've got to do this fucking right. Come on. If you'd like to ask, if you need any questions asked, answered, I'm just worried if I knacker it up, it's going to look bad as far as corporate eventing is concerned. If I don't get it right, and then if I sort of hesitate and look nervous, it's going to upset people, isn't it?
The 100-strong crowd have begun to arrive, and amongst the corporate A-list are multi-million-pound business owners, and not one, but 2 mayors. With everyone present, Steve prepares to take to the stage.
We're ready, yeah?
Right, let's go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Grimscote Manor Hotel. Obviously, the objective of this summer ball tonight is to showcase our facilities, our conferencing facilities, our bedroom banqueting, and our
Wonderful hospitality.
That's it, yes.
our wonderful hospitality. Thank you, Peter.
Steve's valiant effort has received a vote of sympathy, but he's worried that not everyone is pleased.
Alex,
Yes.
those mayors are well pissed off.
Why?
Because they didn't do it properly.
Feeling that his lack of speech etiquette has upset the most important Grimscote guests, Steve embarks on a charm offensive.
I hope the rest of the evening goes better than that.
I should have announced you. I do apologise.
No, you don't.
Peter, I do apologise.
Right.
And with all the focus on Steve's speech, Jill sneaks back to the kitchen. But Alex isn't about to let Jill slip back to her old ways.
What are you doing?
I'm just starting off and then I'm coming straight out.
You promised me. Get your apron off. We're trying to change the habits of a lifetime, not reinforce them.
Has everything been all right so far with your meal? Yeah? Have you had plenty? Sure. Have you got enough wine? Do you want any more wine or anything? You fine?
With the dignitaries appeased and the kitchen back in the hands of the staff, Steve and Jill find the confidence to network with the business crowd.
You've enjoyed everything? Yes. And you've had plenty? That's brilliant. Lovely. Thank you.
The hotel is winning significant support, and even Steve is enjoying being front of house.
If you need sort of like a tour of the premises, please don't hesitate to speak to either myself or Gillian, all right?
Steve's all nice and relaxed now, and I think he's actually enjoying being front of house. It's the first time in nearly 11 years. He's always hid behind the scenes.
No, Jill, that's fine.
The first corporate function in the Grimscote's calendar is drawing to a close.
Very good quality, food was good, service attentive, and it's somewhere we can recommend to our clients and customers in the future.
We organise conferences and accommodation for our clients, and we're actually only based 10 minutes away from here, so this is an ideal opportunity.
Before Alex leaves, she wants to make sure that the couple keep both their relationship and the hotel on the path to success.
You've got to keep on looking for new business. You mustn't sit on your laurels.
No.
You must keep checking your costs. You must keep making sure that you're making money on whatever you're offering. Yeah? You've got a long way to get this far. And you've just got to have that final push to now tip you over the edge into being really successful.
You saved it, so that's all that matters.
Oh, darling, you saved it yourselves. All you need is a little tiny bit of help. I'm so proud of them, so pleased with how this evening's gone, really pleased with the reactions from their guests. I don't think it could have been better.
Without Alex, I don't think we would have been here.
So, 6 months?
Yeah, in 6 months or even 12 months, definitely. I don't think we'd be here. She saved everything. I think she saved our relationship, she saved our business, our home.
Yeah.
We can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Next time on The Hotel Inspector.
Oh, look, a bottom, a breast. And there's a pole. I just find it turns me off, actually.
It's black and white there. Black and white there. I don't know what she's getting on.
Obviously, you've been doing such an amazing job that you don't need any help at all from me.
You tell him, Alex. Into the world of champagne, yachts, walk-in closets and money. Lots of it. As billion-dollar girl Tamara Eccleston kicks off her new series Friday at 10:30. Big Brother's spooking the housemates next tonight. Don't go anywhere.